Hello, lovely zodiac signs. Welcome to Three Trails Tarot, and thank you for joining me today for the questions and answers session 1. You'll see I have 3 decks here, and I would like you to please choose the deck that calls out to you to answer the question you need answered. Okay, so starting with this first deck. Here is the Celtic Tarot deck, and on top of it I placed the Amethyst stone, which is a purple stone. This Amethyst gemstone will create a bubble of light for protection and healing. The second deck is called Broke Bitch. I know it's a funny name, but it's really cute. I love this deck too. And here on top of this deck, I placed Selenite, which was named after the Greek moon goddess Selene. And this stone, what it does is it cleanses, heals, provides protection, and gives good luck. Now, this next deck here is called the Light Seer deck. And on top of this, I placed the Peacock Copperstone. It's very shimmery. I love that about this stone. It's got so many colors in it, pinks, shades of pinks and purples and blues. And this stone turns you in positive direction. So it sends you to a direction that's a positive one. And it also helps you to channel happiness to others. Okay, so please look at these decks, think about your question, and see which one calls out to you. Now, before we start the reading, I would like to first do a prayer and cleanse the cards with sage. So we are going to grab this sage here, and going to do a blessing by saying, "Dear Creator, bless these cards and give us guidance. Please protect us and those we love. Give us courage, patience, and kindness. Thank you from my heart." Okay, now before I begin the readings, I would like you to ask. I would like to ask you to please take a deep breath and let it out very slow, to relax your mind, to relax your body, and focus on the question that you would like answered. Okay? If there's a person that you have in mind for this question, go ahead and say their name and concentrate on that question. And also, while you're concentrating on it, pick the deck. Pick the deck, if you haven't done so already. Which one calls out to you? All right? Okay, let's go ahead and begin the readings. We're going to start with the Celtic deck first. So put the stone here, the amethyst, and let's go ahead and see what answer we can give you, my dear zodiac signs. Please help us find the answer we need. Please help us find the answer we need. Okay, so we have 5 of Shields, the Moon, Page of Cauldrons, the Lovers, and Ace of Shields. Okay, so looking at these cards in general, we have here it looks like a feeling or a question which has to do with relationships. So with this card, Five of Shields, it's telling me that you have a concern of feeling left out. That you're worried that you're not part of the team or part of the group or part of whatever group that you feel you need to be a part of or equal to. See, there's people here that are halves also, that have a fire, that have nice coats that are warm, and here are two people that are cold and don't have enough to keep them warm. This one's even barefoot. Yeah, they're both barefooted, which means they're freezing, they're cold, and they're lonely. They feel separated from those who are warm and comfortable. And so this card tells me that you want this warmth and you want this comfort. And that is what you're seeking. You're seeking to have what it takes to become part of this group, to feel like you're part of something and that you're not alone. And so you have been imagining what it would be like with the moon, to have more, to be part of something, and to find, I really believe this has to do, for most of you, for those of you who've asked a question about relationships, you want someone in your life, or you want whoever is in your life to make you feel like you're a team, that you're together, you're in on it, no matter how different you are. See this dragon, see this dog, but they're both looking at the moon. They both have the same wish, they both have the same desire. And I see you as wanting that, wanting to have the same, wanting the person that you're with, or that you're wanting to find someone, if you don't have someone, to want a lot of the same things that you want, and to feel close to them, even if you are different from them. And this card, Page of Cauldrons, tells us really that you would like to have a new connection. You would like to learn more about connecting better. You would like to learn more about how to reach out to that person or that someone or whoever it is that you're trying to connect with. You want to know what is the best way to reach out to them. And see, this card clearly tells us with the Lovers, this is all about a relationship. This question has to do with relationships. You want to feel connected. You do not want to be alone. And so here with Ace of Shields, you want to start something new. You want to start something that will make you feel that you have what you need in your life. And so looking at these cards, I think we need to get a clarification of what you want to connect to. What is it that you're trying to reach out and do, so that we can give you a much better response. So let me go ahead and pull a couple cards here so we can really make sure we answer your question. So that is the background that I'm getting, and really the cards are saying it's really about you reaching out. So maybe you were shy, maybe you were afraid to talk to someone that you liked, or maybe you're afraid to tell whoever you're with what you want, what it is you want. So this could be a yes answer, but it's so dependent on you, it looks like, or someone else helping you to be able to reach out and to that person, so that you're not alone. But I want to get some clarification. Oh, okay, so we have this card here that fell out. Ah, the High Priestess. Okay, so this card is telling us definitely for sure you can get a yes out of this if you are willing to trust your intuition. If you are willing to look into yourself, into your subconscious mind, what is keeping you from being able to connect with the person that you really want to connect with. So this really is all up to you. I don't know if that's a good enough answer for you, but according to these cards, you could you could possibly have a connection with someone, but you've been holding yourself back. So to get to this lovers, to have this connection that you want, this seems like it's all about connection here, and wanting more than what you have right now. And you feel that this other person could give you that, could make you feel happy. And the possibility is very, very good, but it depends on you. Okay? So there's your answer. Let me see if I can, I'm also going to draw a card from the Oracle deck, and I will do this for all the decks. See if we can get some additional guidance for you with regard to your question. Okay, so this is a path card, and it's reverse. So what this is telling us is it's time for you to change your path. Change the path that you're on, because the one that you're on isn't going to take you to the sun. Is it going to take you, let me reverse this so you can really see, to the comfort, to the place of home, to the place that makes you feel safe and happy and comforted. It came out reverse, so this is telling us it's time to switch paths. It's time to change it up. Do something different. And the different is to first look inside yourself. What is it that's holding you back from having this connection that you want? Because the connection is very possible for you. It's very possible, but you have to do it you have to do things a little bit different now. Change your path. Okay? And that's your answer. Very high possibility, but it all depends on you. I hope that you felt that was a good answer or helpful in some way for you to get a yes to your question. And if it was, please be sure to like and subscribe before you leave. Okay, and join me again. I'll have more question and answer sessions. Thank you, my dear zodiac signs, and I'm going to move on to the next deck. Okay, we are on to the second deck here. Put this amethyst here because we are now done with it, and we have a selenite stone and our Brookbitch deck. So for those of you who chose this deck for your question, let us see what we have for you as an answer. Please help us find the answer that we need. Please help us find the answer that we need. That was several cards, by the way. Please help us find the answer. Please help us find the answer that we need. Please help us find the answer that we need. The High Priestess. Please let us find the answer that we need. Five of Wands. Reverse. Eight of Swords. And Queen of Swords. Wow. Okay. So, let us see what we have here for you. Strength, High Priestess, Five of Wands, Reverse, Eight of Swords, and Queen of Swords. We see here in the center Five of Wands. So at Five of Wands, it looks like there's some sort of clashing of egos, a conflict, but like a competition. This could be a competition in a work setting, friend setting, or a relationship setting, but there is a conflict, and I believe that your question has mostly to do about this, because for the longest time you felt tied down about it. You felt that there was a lot of confusion what to do about it, and I think even now you have a question if how to handle it, and if it can be resolved. So according to these cards right here, you already made the first step with this reverse Eight of Wands, or Swords, with this reverse Eight of Swords. You've already made the first step of no longer feeling helpless about it and realizing that you can do something about it. And I think you've already taken some steps in that direction. You've been giving it so much thought, asking a lot of questions. Like some of you might be asking or have asked yourself, why is this happening? Why is this person competing with me? What have I done to bring this about? Or what is it about me that's making them feel that they have to compete with me? You know, this shouldn't be a competition. This shouldn't be, a one-upping. And you've already gone through a lot of that, thinking about that. And that's why you realize, hey, I do have control. There is something I can do about this. Perhaps maybe some of you are just wondering how to go about doing it, and that's your question. How to fix it. So the cards here are saying with some compassion and strength. And you're probably going, compassion? This person is doing this to me. But a lot of times when we're in a conflict, we focus on how it's affecting us. And yes, you've already asked a lot of questions and looked into some of these things that are happening and trying to figure out why it even started or why it's happening. But this card is saying perhaps trying to look at it from their perspective, or maybe not trying to, maybe you're trying to control the situation to stop it. And sometimes the softer way to handle things will be the best way. They show a kitten in here, but normally they have a tiger for this card, and or a lion, and the person is gently controlling the lion. So it's a big problem, but they're handling it with grace and empathy and compassion. And also part of this is you. Like, how are you being kind to yourself? Are you forgiving yourself? Because there are so many of you out there listening to the answer to this question that some of you are on the side of creating the conflict because you're angry and you're upset and you're trying to figure out how to stop that feeling. And this card is saying it's by forgiving yourself and not being so hard on yourself and not blaming yourself for so many things that some of them may have been in your control and some of them may not have been. And for the others of you who are listening, it's the other way around. Someone is making you feel like they're competing with you and you don't know where that's coming from. Why are they trying to compete with you? So this card is for all of you to say, look at both sides. So number one, forgive yourself for whatever it is you think you might have caused. And none of us are perfect. So there are going to be days we make mistakes, and that's fine. We're human beings, and that's how we learn. But also look at the other person. They're a human being, and they're going to make mistakes. So the compassion of empathy might be very, very helpful to resolve this issue. And here with Queen of Swords, it's also saying, you know what? It might be helpful to look at what has worked. What was your relationship with this person before the conflict, and what might have caused it. So a lot of honesty here is needed. To be honest with ourselves, were we the reason this conflict started in the first place and didn't realize it? Or was there a misunderstanding that the other person thought they needed to compete with you? or maybe they feel down on themselves, and helping them feel better about themselves will work. So with the Queen of Swords, it's all about trying to construct some sort of plan. Once you realize what might be causing it, whatever you think it might have started it. But with the Queen of Swords, we're looking at not only being self-aware, but also using wisdom and a sense of justice to create your plan for resolution. Okay, so if you're looking for a straight up yes, no, maybe, the answer here is it's a very high possibility. It could be a yes, that this will be resolved. In fact, it's a very high yes that this will be resolved. But it's going to depend on how you handle it to bring it to resolution. The cards are saying sooner, it could resolve sooner if you could get to this point right away, where you can, if you could get to the compassion part of trying to see both sides of it, forgiving yourself and forgiving them, and trying to put up a plan or set a plan that helps them to see it not your way, but see the facts, see the truth. You have to see the truth, and they need to see the truth, and then you can have your resolution quicker. But the longer it takes for you to get to this point, and the longer it takes for you to find a kind way to show them the truth, and to also, maybe apologize if there's something you need to apologize for, then the longer it will take to resolve this conflict that has occurred, and has brought you here today to ask the question of whether or not it's going to be resolved. Once again, I'm going to say it will be resolved, but it is going to depend on you, your part. You can't control them, obviously. So the best you can do is look at yourself and examine your part of it, and then come up with a plan to help them get to the part where you both can feel comfortable and happy and uncompetitive. I'm going to also draw from the oracle cards here to get some additional guidance for us. Let's see what kind of guidance. Please give us some guidance for this question. Please give us some guidance for this question. Okay, accomplishments. That makes a lot of sense with this whole competition thing. So accomplishments take time, right? They take hard work, they take focus, concentration, effort, courage, and the strength to achieve those goals. And that person that is competing with you is also needing those same qualities. So perhaps this is this is something you can look at as sort of like a tip on how to set up your plan. Perhaps that's where they either think they're better, or they think, or you think you're better, or they think that they don't have everything it takes, and that's why they need to take you down so they look better. Or maybe that's you feeling that way. So first, got to figure out which is which for those of you who are listening, and use this as a guide on how to set up your plan. It seems like it all has to do with wanting to feel accomplished, with wanting to be better. And if there's competition here, clearly there's either an insecurity, there's an insecurity on one side, and perhaps even an arrogance on one side. So just sorting through which one that is. Okay? Like I said, there's a very high possibility this can be resolved. It can be resolved, but it's going to take a little work on your part to get there. Also, yeah. So it could be as short as a few days, or it could be as long as a few years. So that all depends on you. This person a family member? I don't know. I'm getting that. It's either a very close old friend or a family member. This feels like it's been going on for a while, huh? And now you're like just done with it and you want resolution, and you're just asking the question, will it ever be over? Will it ever be done? And yes, very high yes, it will be done. But the time period for it to get to that point is going to depend on you getting to this point right here, and then implementing that plan, whatever that plan is. Oh, that's all I have for you for this second question, or for this second deck, I mean. And I hope that this was helpful in you being able to answer that question, or be able to move forward from this point after hearing the answer to that question. And if it was helpful in any way, please be sure to like and subscribe before you leave, okay? All right, I'm going to move on to the next deck now, so take care. Bye-bye. Okay, we're moving on to the last deck, the third and last deck, which is our Light Seer deck and the Peacock Copperstone, which I'll place there now. Let's see what we have for you, dear zodiac signs who picked this deck for the answer for your question. So let's see. Please help us find the answer we need. Please help us find the answer we need. This one wants to jump. Almost sounds like the second deck. Please help us find the answer we need. Please help us find the answer we need. Find the answer we need. So we have 5 of Wands, 10 of Wands, 3 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, and 4 of Wands. Nice. Okay, so let's see. What do we have here? Overall, I see you asking this question because you want to get to the point of celebration, joy, and happiness. You're exhausted. 10 of Wands, you're done. You've been carrying this burden for so long, and it's just been a lot of responsibility, and you feel that you've missed some opportunities. And I'm getting that the opportunities are family, celebrating with family, reuniting with family, doing fun things with friends. You've been working very hard, and you've been putting a lot of your effort into your work. And so I believe the question here is, will you get to that point of being able to have some rest, have some time, and be done with this? And it looks like you will get there, but it's not going to be right now, okay? Because there's still a lot of confliction going on. You hate work, but you love it. I'm wondering if there's a lot of Capricorns listening right now, because I kind of get that feeling. So those of you who chose this deck, you are in conflict with yourself. You either feel that you need to work, or you just love the job, but you're not living a well-rounded lifestyle as you would like, or not as well-rounded as you would like, because the work is taking up so much of your time. It really is. And I think a lot of it has to do with like you have to show your bosses that you're worth it, or you just love it, you know. So there's different reasons for not being able to let go of the kind of work that you're doing that's taking up all your energy and time. And so you're just wondering, are you ever going to get to that point where you're going to be able to do that? And this is your desire right here. You want to have more time with friends. You want to have more time with family. And that's your question. Will you get there? Because, here, I think this is the answer to our question. With 5 of Pentacles, you're concerned that if you stop working, you're not going to make enough to do the things that you want, or you're going to be unhappy because you're not doing the kind of work that you love. And it makes you feel isolated, that you're not able to spend more time with your family because of work. And it's amazing that all these cards are pretty much, these 3 cards are pretty much saying the same thing. So I want to get a little bit of clarification on this, only because I don't know, I don't feel that we have a good, clear answer as to when, and I know that that's important to you. So there must be something that can be done, right, or changed in order to get there. So let's find out more. Please give us clarification on your answer to this question. This jumped out, the Empress. So with the Empress, which I also like to call Mother Earth, there's this feeling or need for abundance. And that's probably why you work so hard. You work hard because you want to have, you don't want to feel like you don't have enough, and you don't want to maybe some of you didn't have much until you started working and got a job that changed your whole lifestyle, made you feel higher than you were before, and you don't want to lose that. And so we have here the need for abundance, the desire for abundance. Let's see what else we can get. Please give us more clarification on this answer here. Please give us more clarification. Okay, so we're looking at balance. We're looking at having harmony, wanting harmony. This card also means compromise, because to have harmony, there must be sometimes a compromise. So the answer to your question is this: as long as you desire, or you feel that this job, whatever this job is, whatever this is that's bringing income to you, is the way for you to have abundance, and you are not able to change the job or let go of it or do something different, it's not going to give you time that you want to be with family, and you're going to continue to feel alone, because that's where you're prioritizing your time. So this Temperance card is saying maybe it's time to compromise, or to look at how much time do you really need to spend doing this job that now you're feeling alone and you can't be with your family and your friends. Is there another way to balance it out? So is there another way to bring harmony to your life? Is there another way to balance it out? Because if you can't get to this step of trying to maybe let go of some of the responsibility, maybe you could delegate some of the work. If you like that job so much, maybe you could just delegate some of it. If you have people working for you, or I've done this a couple of times, convince someone that I'm not even the boss of or supervisor of, that they should take on a project or a program that I was handling, so that I could have a little bit of breathing room and you just kind of basically sell them on it and tell them, hey, these are the benefits of taking this project on, or handling this program, or managing this program. And you'll be surprised how willing people are to take something on that they think will make them look good, or help them with promotion or raises or other opportunities. So it doesn't hurt to at least ask, if that's a possibility for you. If there are other people who can do your work, but maybe it's just been placed on you. Because it's very important to you. I see that you get to spend time with those that you love, with the people you care about. You're not able to do that. So the answer to your question is, it's going to require you to see things a little bit differently, and to try to create balance and harmony for yourself. Because if you don't reach this point, then you're going to continue on this path. It looks like you'll continue on this. So I hope you found that helpful in some way. I'm going to go ahead and draw a oracle card for you. Let's see if we can get some more guidance. Please give us guidance on this question. Please give us some guidance on this question. Disguise. Ooh. Okay, so the other thing this is saying is, please don't be mad at me, but I'm just going to tell you exactly what this card means, okay? This card means that you're wearing a mask. You want people to see you a certain way. But the real you is behind the mask. And you think that if people see this mask, then you will get all the other things that you want. But in reality, you're not getting the things that are actually very important to you too. So the mask must be removed. If you remove the mask and you reveal some of your real self, if you're not comfortable to reveal it all, but if you reveal your real self, then people will respect that. And because they can trust it. They can trust that that's you. When you wear a mask, it's hard to trust someone who wears a mask, because you don't know who's behind the mask. When you remove the mask, the disguise, people can see who you are, then they can start to trust you. So that might be part of that too, because there's a mask. But I believe that most importantly, it has to do with you wanting to create harmony for yourself, which means you can't put all your eggs in one basket. You're gonna have to have some saved, separated out into some other baskets. And by that I mean all your energy and effort is focused, it seems, mostly on gaining abundance and working, because you believe that these are tied together. But you'll find there are a lot of people who have this without doing a lot of this sacrifice. So there you have it. I hope this was helpful in some way. I wish I could have given you a much better answer to your question, but this is what came out. And the good news is that you're in control of it. You have the power to change this, to make it into a pure yes. A pure yes that you will be able to connect and have more fun with family and friends. Okay? Well, that's all I have. And I wish you all the best, everyone who's been listening. Take good care. Till I see you next time, or until you join me again next time. Best wishes always. Bye now.